Hello, everyone. Welcome and welcome back. I'm going to go ahead and work on assigning my second paycheck for the month. There is also some transfers in the ready to assign amount from my sister, just back and forth shopping, groceries, things like that. There are 6 overspends. Now, for the transactions, I have already gone ahead and cleared all of them. I have started using my mobile app a lot more. So I'm essentially clearing transactions in there, making sure that everything goes in correctly. And then for these videos, we're going to focus more on just specific things like transactions that maybe I want to talk through a little bit more and, kind of what's been going on from the last time that we were here. For this, I will preface this next bit by saying that my dad is okay. He's home. He's healed or healing still. But on the 12th, we did have to take him to the emergency room. He had a very severe infection, among other things. So he was at the hospital. He was admitted and he was there for about a week until Friday when he came home that afternoon. It was a lot, but I think I managed it 100 times better than I did 2 years ago when he also in January, I think also the 12th. I mean, I would have to look back, but literally that is like January is just not a good month for us, I guess. Everything really serious tends to happen in that month. Not a good way to start the year, but it's nonetheless, it is what it is, and we deal with it. But 2 years ago, I was completely out of my depth, did not know how to ask questions, who to ask questions to. And I felt that a lot of the staff at the hospital that we were at were very dismissive and did not give information readily. They just came in, checked vitals, and then would leave and wouldn't say anything. And I would try to ask and see who I can ask. And they would say, oh, yeah, we'll get the person over here to talk with you. And no person would ever show up. Cut to now, same hospital, because it is the closest one to us. And I just needed to get him seen ASAP. So much better. I don't know what happened between 2024 and now in 2026, 2 years essentially. But the minute I walked in, I had information readily available. The minute I left, people were helping another patient and they would turn to me and be like, we don't have an update on your dad's so and so, but we'll let you know as soon as we do. I got calls. I mean, the level of communication was 180 from 2 years ago. And I also was a lot more prepared, having been through something where one of my parents ended up at the hospital and I was the point person for all communication. I was a little bit more alert to the situation. I knew better what I needed to know, who I needed to talk to, and sort of what questions to ask. So, with all of that, he's doing fine. It was treated, what he had, and he finished a round of treatment at home, and we're doing okay. He's got follow ups and everything. It's not something that's going to follow him for too long. It's not a life changing situation, but it happened, and now we're home and we're good. That did lead to some overspending in one particular category, which was the eating out, which we'll go ahead and take a look at in a bit. So that's one of the 6 overspends. A lot of these overspends are essentially because I haven't assigned the paycheck yet. So money that was supposed to go out, for example, to the To Infinity, which is the Roth IRA, that went out already. Nationwide got paid. Nationwide, I do have to update. I thought that the new amount was going to start taking place next month, and it actually starts this month. So I'm just going to put an even 100 just to cover this month and start a little bit ahead next month as well. And we'll go ahead and cover that in a minute here. The Volvo, so I did send the full $900 this month, and I'm so proud that I got to that because it's a big chunk of money. It's not like I'm sending it to savings and I can take it back, which I did not do at all 2025, and I do not want to do this year unless it's an actual emergency, but it is there to take back if I need to. This is money that already went out, you know? So even with the overspends that I had and the fact that this year my annual estimates were very, very close to what I actually getting. So there's not a lot of difference in what I'm going to have left over at the end of the month. The fact that I was still able to send the 900 for like that nice big chunk of payment. Oh, I am so excited. I can't wait to do this February. I can't wait to do this March. And if I can send anything extra, I would. I would love to be able to pay off this loan by March. I don't think I'm going to. I think realistically, April, possibly May. I think in my annual plan or annual estimate, I have it set to finish in April. But, you know, if things come up like it did this month, maybe May at the latest, hopefully. But the sooner I can get it paid off, the easier I'll be able to breathe. And not so much because I'm behind or anything. The loan actually is ahead. If I didn't pay anything in February, I would be okay because I've paid up to, at this point with the extra that I've paid up to, I think, June of this year. So my bill for next month is zero up until June. So technically, if I needed the money for something else, I could go ahead and keep it. But what's the point, you know? Rather get rid of it now and get rid of it as soon as possible than have it lingering right there and be on the back of my mind. And it's one thing that I'm always thinking about. But this is going to be such a massive sigh of relief. I do have a car in mind that I have always wanted. And after I pay this car off, I don't plan on going into another loan for another car. What I plan to do is save up a little bit here and there and see if I can save enough to be able to outright purchase something. And that something would be the car that I've always wanted since I was a very young girl and I saw the older models up to now. But I don't plan on doing any of that in the next few years unless the Volvo decides to stop working on me. That's the only thing that would obviously force me to get a car. And at that point, if I had to switch it out for something else, I don't know if I would get my dream car because it's a two-seater. And I am the one that takes dad to his appointments and things like that. So, and it's low to the ground also. It's a two-seater, it's low to the ground. I don't think that would be convenient for him. And also, I don't think his wheelchair would fit in the trunk because it's a very small trunk. It's not a car that meets my needs at this time. So it wouldn't be something that I would get to replace the Volvo if for some reason the Volvo stops working or the repairs are much more than the car itself is worth, and it wouldn't make sense at that time. So yeah, that's kind of where my thinking for that is. But I'm excited to get this loan paid off completely. Let's see. Groceries, they went no, actually they're right on point. They're right on point. I need to add another 210 to finish off the month. And then DLC entertainment. This is funny to me. I bought the first set of not set. I bought the first ticket to the Stray Kids Dominate movie thing, and then I got those refunded, and then I bought another ticket for a better day at a matinee price, and then I realized that it was so low in cost. It was so cheap because it was not IMAX, and I do want to see it in IMAX. I don't go to IMAX often. Like, I don't remember the last time I went to IMAX, but I want to see it, you know, in a big theater, and I want to enjoy it. So I then refunded the second ticket and I bought a third ticket, which is why there's an overage because it's a lot more. Um, but you know, it's only $9 extra. And I am happy with this third ticket. I'm not changing it. It is on a good day at a good time. So I'm good. We don't not we do not have to make any more changes to it. All right. So let's go in here real quickly. I've already sent the 100 for savings, so I'm going to tag that in. The to infinity, the $50. For the Volvo, I'm going to add the additional 450. For nationwide, I'm going to add that 40 in there. For groceries, the other half. And I still have $7. I still have a few days left in January. I might be able to get milk and bread and eggs if I need to. And let's go ahead and cover this one here. Okay. So let's do the important bits here, which is the bills. Oh, Allstate is actually just a little bit more than what I thought it was going to be. So instead of 404, it's about 406 something. So I'm just going to put it to 185 instead. So an extra $5 just to be more sure of it. So let's go ahead and assign those. For adulting, it's 207. And then for the reserve, it's 100. Okay, so the important things are covered. Household is another one. Household is another one that I did overspend. Some of this was storage stuff. Some of this was stuff for my sister that she gave me money for. Same with this one. And then that Monday, to be honest, I don't remember what I purchased that Monday. I know I was going back and forth quite a bit because that's when I took my dad to emergency, and then he got admitted to the hospital. So besides having to work and then leave to go visit and get any information I needed and then come back to the house to work more, I was doing a lot of back and forth that week. So anything that kind of happened that week, I do not remember. But even then, even without the 33, I definitely overspend a bit more than I planned. And that's okay. It was a lot of things that we definitely did need, and a lot of things that we realized we needed to replace. Small things, but small things do add up. So we're at a good place now that hopefully I do not have to spend anything next month on household, or if I do, it'll be minor. And then 5-star, like I said, that's the one where on the 14th, I think that was Wednesday, I was so tired. I don't know if it was Wednesday or Thursday, but I think 8 o'clock at night, I was knocked out. I was in bed. I was done. I could not keep my eyes open. Just was gone until the next day. It was one of those days. But I was back and forth a little bit on this day. Just taking my dad some supplies, taking him food, see if he wanted to eat. He doesn't really like hospital food. I mean, who does, from what I've heard? And then trying to catch up. I know that it's either Tuesday or Wednesday where work got really, really, really busy. And I think at one point I was out for longer than I expected to be. So I did have to come back, and I worked a few hours after just to make up for the time. So I did buy for myself, and then this was Saturday. He had come home Friday, and I think Saturday we were just all tired. Nobody wanted to cook. Nobody wanted to do anything except sleep and try to find something easy to do. So I just bought food for the people who were here. My brother and one of my sisters, I think, 'cause the other one was working. So she got food at work because we were done with the week. Because it wasn't just me. I mean, I had a lot of back and forth. They were working, but they would also take time to come and visit and help me with anything that I needed. So I justified it like that, and it's okay because I had enough to be able to cover all of that. Let's see. So for fun, yep, 260 is the underfunded. That leaves me with $21.41. I am going to put that into groceries just as a precaution, because while I am where I'm supposed to be at the 420, I do want to make sure I have a little bit extra than those $7 that are left there in case I need something other than milk and bread and eggs and cheese. You know, if I need something additional that's a little more, I at least have close to $30 that I can spend on that. One of the things that I was thinking about was I'm not traveling anytime soon. I do want to save up for travel a little bit here and there just to go visit my boyfriend and things like that. But I'm not necessarily traveling anytime soon. I'm not planning on getting clothing anytime soon or yarn. And if I need yarn, I have a gift card that I can use. So I was thinking of taking half of what I put in here and maybe possibly just sending it to the car loan. It wouldn't amount to a huge amount. I mean, it's 75, it's around $90, just a little less than $100. It would be an additional 90 that I would be sending over that would help get the total down. I don't know. That's something I'm still thinking about doing, especially for those categories, because I'm not really necessarily going to use them at any point. I do want to keep putting money in them, but do I need the $100 right now in travel and escape? Do I need the $30 for clothing and get cool? Not necessarily. Like I said, I don't plan on using these right now. It would be good to have when I do plan, but it would also be really, 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 really good to pay off the loan. So I don't know. I'm still thinking as to what I want to, if I want to do that or not. I'll keep thinking about it, and maybe I will, and maybe I won't. But overall, that is what happened these past couple of weeks. Last week was just honestly trying to catch up on everything that I hadn't been able to get done the prior week with all of the back and forth to the hospital. Because even though I did work pretty much 8 hours a day while going back and forth, my mind obviously wasn't too much into work. And even though my manager said, take some time off if you needed, I didn't, because then I felt like I was going to leave them holding the bag, which I get that it was an emergency and I get that it was something, that was not my fault. But I still get kind of that guilty feeling. It's still, to this day, it's very hard for me to take PTO and feel like okay about it unless I've planned it in advance. Anything that happens like right away, like out of nowhere, it's not easy for me to like disconnect and say, okay, yes, I'll do this. So I have routines, I have schedules, I want to keep to them. But it's okay. We're past that. Everything is good here. And yeah, if you do want to see like me going through the transactions and clearing them, I can definitely do that. For right now, I am getting the majority of them through the mobile, and I happen to just get all of them as they came through. I'm pretty sure some of them will be left over that I'll address in the videos moving forward, but it won't be as many as before unless for some reason I just don't do them in mobile that week or that month. But yes, let me know what you think. Is there anything that you want to see? Do you want me to go ahead and do all the transactions on the video like I was doing before? Or are you good with just seeing like the assignments and just talking about certain points and not necessarily going through every single thing that comes in? Either way, I'm good no matter what. But that is all. Thank you so much, as always, for watching and listening. And I hope everyone has a wonderful day.